What's going on, everyone? It's Sal Warner. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this morning. Another day, another dollar. What's happening? I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone is doing cushy. Hope everyone was doing fine. I've just been up since this morning, early hours of the morning, just working, putting in the hard work, putting in the graft. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Thank you so much, guys. Lots of news in regards to Manchester United, of course, lots of news. But before I start, guys, please, could you kindly subscribe to the channel, smash a like, subscribe and smash a like. If you could do that for me, guys, that'd be absolutely brilliant. If you guys could get this show up and running and get some energy to this show. It's this morning. I've been editing all morning. I've been editing. I haven't stopped. I haven't caught a breath at the end of the day. So I'm here. I'm glad you guys can join me. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Welcome to Breaking Dawn. Now, in regards to Manchester United, you know what? You can't sleep. You can't close one eye when it comes to Man United, because something is always going on in regards to Man United. Whether there's a transfer in, whether there's a transfer out, something is always happening in regards to the world of Manchester United, of course. And this time is to do with Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has been subject of interest from Barcelona. What do you make of that? Can Rashford go to Barcelona this late in the transfer window? It's very unlikely. I mean, Rashford to Barcelona is kind of a good match, isn't it? But I don't think it's very likely he's going to go to Barcelona this late in the transfer window. It's a bit mad if we do sell Rashford now. Although I am an advocate for moving Rashford on. I do think he does need to move on if he wants to progress. I think he's become a bit stale at Man United. I think sometimes you could stay at a club too long. I do believe that, actually. And Real Madrid do that as well. When players stay too long, they do drift players out. And I do believe we need to try and drift Rashford out. If Barcelona come in with a decent offer, 60 million, something around that mark, then we're going to have to think about it at the end of the day. I know that Rashford is a fan favourite, more born and bred, of course, come from our youth system. And we don't usually sell our youth products. Of course, it's our DNA, youth, courage, success. So we don't really sell our youth products. But Marcus Rashford, it's been a bit difficult for him for the last year or so in regards to his off-field antics, just mentally as well. He had a relationship breakup. There's been all sorts of things going on. He had a beef with a fan channel, for goodness sake. So at the end of the day, sometimes the noise around Rashford becomes overwhelming for Manchester United, even for a club like Manchester United. The noise around Rashford has become somewhat overwhelming, and it sort of takes place of what is really important, which is football. And we want to win football matches. And when we got noises about Belfast, about mental health, interviews, this, that, and the other, year after year after year, when he's not performing on the pitch, we're going to have to question whether it's worth keeping this guy or should we just move him on. Now, obviously, his wages are an issue, and of course, his price is an issue. 60 million, if Barcelona go with an offer like that, how can you argue with an offer like that? I think a club like Barcelona, if he went to a club like Barcelona, it'd do him the world of good. Sometimes you just need a different surrounding. You need something different in your life, and you need to move on. I do believe he's become stale. I don't know what you guys think, but I rate the player. I think on his day, he's a very good player. But I do think that it has become a little bit of a burden with Rashford in regards to his off-field antics. And we're having to feel sorry for Rashford all the time. He scores one goal, he does that. It's just not what we want to talk about, is it? We want to talk about football and what's on the pitch, and we want to win football matches. That is the most important thing in regards to Man United. And people get it confused, It's not about, sensationalist headlines and, transfer this, transfer that. Well, it all boils down to is what happens on the football pitch. And I want to win football matches. I want Manchester United to win football matches. I want to come on here and say, guys, fantastic result, we're smashing it, and bantering the other teams. That's what I want to do. I don't know what you think about that, guys, but Marcus Rashford, subject of interest from Barcelona. What do you think about that? Do you think we can do the deal? Do you think we can sell Rashford this late in the transfer window? What do you feel about that? Let me know what you think. Drop the comments below, and please don't forget to like the video as well and subscribe. You guys are absolute legends this morning. Now, another bit of news is happening. Of course, this is the exit show. There's lots of exits going on. Victor Lindelof had interest from Fiorentina. Of course, the Florence club were interested in Federico Chiesa from Juventus recently. They have now turned their attention to Victor Lindelof in defence. As you do, they've turned their interest to him. Now, of course, pictures were circulating a few days ago with Victor Lindelof in crutches. As I said yesterday, I'm surprised he didn't wear the neck brace as well to actually make it more realistic, if you know what I mean. But Victor Lindelof has had interest from Fiorentina, and the deal could be around 10-15 million euros, which will do for Manchester United at the end of the day. We do need to offload some of these players. We do need to get not rid, I mean, that is a harsh word, but we do need to move on some of these players at the end of the day, because they're coming to the end of their time at Manchester United, and their legs have gone at the end of the day. Of course, Victor Lindelof was a signing from Jose Mourinho days. It was a long time ago now. We do need to move him on somewhat. You know, I do believe that. I think we have cover in that position. Of course, we've got Euro, we've got De Ligt, we've got Maguire as well. So one of those players between Maguire and Lindelof should go. Of course, Lindelof seems the most likely. Wages are less. Of course, transfer fees probably less as well. So I do believe that we need to move on Victor Lindelof, in my opinion. And Fiorentina is a lovely place. If you know how beautiful Fiorentina is, you wouldn't believe how beautiful Florence is. It's unbelievable. He'll love it. He should go there and enjoy himself. Of course, he should enjoy it. So guys, in the chat, what's going on? How you doing, Maria? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me again this morning. Hope everything is fine. And Danny Bryan, how you doing, my man? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Morning, pal. I think it's a bit late in the transfer window to get a decent replacement. I would rather keep him under the guidance of Ruud van Nistelrooy. Absolutely brilliant point from Brian again, as he does. At the end of the day, it is very late in the transfer window at the moment. It is. And we have to be careful when we're selling these players, or, you know, we've got to replace these players as well. This is the thing. We can't just sell Rashford and replace him. Of course, we've got Garnacho, we've got Ahmad. You know, we got players there who can play in that position. But at the end of the day, football's about a squad. Of course, let's not forget, Jadon Sancho loves to play in that position as well. So if Jadon Sancho stays, he can take the place of Rashford. But of course, we need a squad, and we cannot sell an asset like Rashford this late in the transfer window. It's a deal that should have been done a long time ago. A bit like the Mbappe deal for Real Madrid was done a long time ago. This is what the Rashford deal should have been done. It should have been done a long time ago, guys. If we're going to sell Rashford, it's not going to be now. It needs to be next season, of course. But in regards to Victor Lindelof, definitely time to do that deal. It's a small deal, small fee. If he goes to Fiorentina, brilliant. We're heavily stacked on the right centre back position. Good morning, Dabisish. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing. Dabisish, boy, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Big up my way, Rashford to Barcelona. Yeah, we've just been speaking about it in regards to Rashford. It is a bit late in the transfer window for Barcelona to be coming on, unless they put a substantial fee on the table. I'm saying 60, 70 million. If they do offer 60, 70 million, let's play devil's advocate here. If they do offer 60, 70 million, would you take the deal? Would you take the money? If we can reinvest it in the team, we'll bring in Ugarte, we'll bring in a left back, we'll probably bring in another striker for that money. Do you think we should do that? I mean, it's very interesting, but the problem is time is of an essence. Time is our enemy at the moment. If we sell Rashford, we got to replace him quick, you know, unless we've already agreed terms with another player and it's already organised. It's going to be difficult to replace a player of that calibre, of course. It is very up in the air at the moment. But Manchester United are full of surprises. You never know what can happen this week, next week. There are still 11 days to the end of the transfer window, of course, so anything can happen. But right now, it seems a little bit late to be throwing out this news out there that Rashford is going to be leaving Manchester United. If he did leave Manchester United, I'd be incredibly surprised. I think that's one for next season. Although, mate, if it is between Rashford and 70 million, it does leave us with a choice, doesn't it? At the end of the day, if we did get that kind of money, we do need that kind of money, and we can easily squeeze through some deals through the door very, very quickly. A Kadioglu, for example, a Ugarte could be done, for example. Even Tony, for example, could be done. You never know what could happen in the world of Manchester United. It could happen, but I'm just saying that it is late in the transfer window. And for me, it seems like very, very unlikely that this could materialise. Maybe next year. But then again, will we get the same transfer fee? Obviously, I think it's a year later in his contract. Hi Sal, good morning Bashir, how you doing my friend? If Barca give us 80 million or move for Rashford, I'd take it, reinvest it, plenty of options around. Bashir, absolutely, it's a game full of opinions, of course. At the end of the day, if we had 80 million, you have to think about it. You have to think about it strongly. 80 million is a lot of money in regards to Marcus Rashford. Of course, it is a lot of money, guys. I wouldn't say no to that. I wouldn't. I have to admit to you, Bashir, everyone, I wouldn't say no to 80 million. I think that could be reinvested in the squad. We can purchase a left back. We can purchase another left-sided centre back. Hell, we can even purchase a striker, for goodness sake. So we could reinvest that money well into the team, and it could improve us at the end of the day. Rashford is not irreplaceable. He's not irreplaceable. He hasn't performed the last few years. We got Sancho there. It doesn't look like Sancho's going to be leaving. We've got Garnacho there as well, who can play in that position, of course. So at the end of the day, he's not irreplaceable, but it is late in the window. And if we did get an offer for 80 million, I doubt it would be 80 million. But if we did get an offer for 80 million, we do have to seriously consider it, of course. Fan, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Barca have no money to buy a player. Barca are absolutely fraudsters, mate. I don't want to say anything sinister, but they always seem to find money from somewhere. They found money to build a new stadium, didn't they? Maria, Barca will never pay 80 million for Rashford. Mate, absolutely. I mean, if someone offered 80 million for Rashford, I would snap their hand off right now. I think 60 million is more realistic. I think around that mark. 55 with incentives, it goes up to 70. It's something like that along those lines. 80 is a lot of money to pay for Rashford. He hasn't been performing, let's not forget, for the last couple of seasons, but he is capable of a lot. This is the thing. We look at Rashford's good seasons and we see, oh, well, he scored 30 goals in that season. He was brilliant in that season. But then we look at his bad seasons, and his bad seasons are very bad. So I don't know how we look at that. I think 55 with incentives, around 70 million with incentive will be good. Kazi, how you doing, Kazi Mia? Good to have you on the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Good morning, everyone. Please don't forget to subscribe and smash a like, guys. You're absolute legends today. I've been working hard on intros. I've been editing. I've been doing a lot of things, working on this stream, on everything, you know, on editing. I'm a music editor. I do music as well. So, guys, I'm working my backside off to the bone early in the morning over here. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and please do me a kind favor and smash the like and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, at the end of the day, if it was 55 million in regards to Rashford, with incentives that goes up to 70, that sort of pushes us over the cliff, doesn't it, in regards to we should sell him, to be honest with you. And at the end of the day, we do get sentimental with some of my players. I know we do. But in this instance, it's just the timing. The Rashford news comes out now. Of all times, you know, when we've only got that 10 days, 11 days until the end of the transfer window. It's crazy. I like to have money for Rashford and mate, I know you love that player, Kelia, the player that I cannot pronounce, but at the end of the day, I think he's a fantastic player, my guy. I think he's absolutely brilliant, this Kelia guy from Napoli. Of course, I've got big connections to Napoli, of course, from the days of the Roberto Stallone, Claudio Bellucci. Napoli is close to my heart, of course, you know, got relatives over there as well. So I've seen him in the flesh. I've seen him play. He's a fantastic player, brilliant player. The only problem is the transfer fee, my guy. The transfer fee is going to be about 100 million, of course, at least. Napoli are not going to want to get rid of this player. Unless we could do a deal with Rashford. Who knows? We could do a deal with Rashford. That could come through, of course. You never know what happens in the world of Manchester United. Of course, Saudi club want Rashford to 86, but I didn't believe Rashford will move to the Middle East. I don't know. It depends on where he is as a player, what his ambition is, what his direct priorities are. Is it money? Is it winning trophies? Who knows where his mind is at? The only thing is, at his career, I don't think it's wise to move to Saudi Arabia right now. But 90 million, 86 million does sound a lot of money. But I don't think it will be wise for him to move to the Middle East. He's too young to move to the Middle East. I would like to see him at a PSG. Somewhere like that in regards to that. I would like to see him at another club, you know, and see what he can do at another club. I do believe it has become stale at Man United for Marcus Rashford. I do believe that he's overstayed now. And sometimes you can. It's no insult to the player. It's no criticism. At the end of the day, sometimes when you're born at a club and you're raised at a club, it is hard to leave. I understand that in regards to that. I understand Rashford in regards to that. But sometimes you do have to spread your wings and you do have to explore other sides of football, different types of football, different countries. It's very interesting. It's very important. And I say this to everyone when I speak to them. Always experience a different country in your life. Go and live somewhere else for once in your life. It broadens your horizons and you learn certain things. You know, Rashford could learn different. He might be happier over there. You know, he might rejuvenate Rashford. He might get back in the England squad. Who knows? You know, and he might become a mainstay in the England squad. You don't know. Of course, Marcus Rashford. Anything can happen. You know, he's still young. He can still go over there. He can still achieve things, of course. But obviously, it's up in the air. Rashford, it's time to go. Ugarte, here we go. Ugarte's coming. It's very soon. It's a waiting game at the moment. But don't be surprised if that notification goes off that it is a here we go. Ugarte very soon, of course, loan with an obligation to buy, which is good for Man United because they can reinvest that into other positions on the pitch, of course, which is exciting in regards to the future of Manchester United. I would like to have him at the Brighton game, even on the bench, even if he's in the crowd just watching the game. It'd be good to have Ugarte there. I want that deal done this week. I feel like we're pushing towards the deadline day and we're going to get a number of deadline day deals through the door, out the door. I firmly believe that. And I feel like Lindelof could be going. I mean, of course, injured, of course, so we have to wait and see in regards to that. But the Ugarte deal is going to happen. I said I'm 80%. I'm not going to flip-flop on that. I'm not going to change my mind. I believe it's 80% in regards to that. Now, a little bit of other news in regards to transfers. Manchester United are after Goretzka of Bayern Munich. Goretzka, of course, I'm just one of the way out there news. I like to give a way out there news, not that it's truth, but there is rumours that Manchester United are after Goretzka. Now, Goretzka doesn't fit the Ineos mould, of course, at the moment. He is getting on a little bit, of course. And at the end of the day, I rate the player. I think he's a good player. I just don't think that we need that sort of, let's say, Schweinsteiger type of player anymore. We need to think about the future. For me, I would rather look at younger players who we can play for the next 10 years, for example. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm a very good advocate, and not a very good, but a very big advocate on young players coming through, because that is what I was raised on with Manchester United, and that's the DNA of Manchester United, of course. A player like Goretzka, fantastic player, of course, a German international, etc. But at the end of the day, we need to think forward and we need to think younger and we need to think about the future, because these players that these clubs no longer want, let's say, you know, because they want to get them off the wage bill, are not going to fit our motto at the moment, of course. Lies around me. Sell Rashford and invest in a younger player, Vinny Jr. from Real Madrid, or any mate. Lies around me, mate. Vinicius Jr. will cost us 100 plus if we're lucky. The guy is a baller. The guy's a fantastic player. He's not coming to Man United. Definitely not. We ain't got the money for Vinicius Jr. Even if we sold Rashford, in my humblest opinion. Fantastic player. I would love him at Man United. Creates, you know, he's a dangerous player. But at the end of the day, I don't think Manchester United will go and finish doing that. Brilliant player, though, lies around me. He is an absolute brilliant player. Or good player, younger. That's how you do business. I do the same with Bruno. As much as I like him, I get value for money now. I just feel like we need a little bit of experience in there, my guy. I do believe that. I believe that Bruno is irreplaceable. I don't think we should ever get rid of Bruno until he retires now. The guy's touching 30. He's a big part of our system. He's a big influence in the dressing room. Getting rid of someone like Bruno now would harm us. It would do more harm than good. We need to keep players like that as well as blending in the youth players as well. It's a mixture between youth and experience at the end of the day. And we have to think about that throughout the Alex Ferguson years. It was always youth and experience, of course. So we have to say, good morning, Mark, my brother. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. What value does Mark Rashford have? He would have to go less interest than Mason Greenwood. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have much value at the end of the day. But Mark, if we had an offer now, would you accept it? If we had an offer of a substantial amount of money, would you accept it right now, this late in the transfer window? I have to say, Mark, my bro, I have to say, I would think about it, to be honest. I would think about moving him on. I mean, the circus that surrounds Marcus Rashford is a bit crazy, you know, and sometimes you just need to move on. Sometimes players need to move on. And unfortunately, within our fan base, within our history, we get very attached to players and we don't seem to like move them on. I know that Marcus Rashford's on a ridiculous amount of money. I think it's 350. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's on a ridiculous amount of money. And of course, the other team has to pay that money. And that it's not just about the transfer fee at the end of the day, of course. Ugarte is a monster. Ugarte is an animal and he's coming to Manchester United very soon, guys. Just be positive. The Here We Go will be happening very soon. And when it does, we are gonna go absolutely ballistic on this channel, on this stream. We're gonna go absolutely mad. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna be popping bottles in the club, man. We're gonna be doing it because finally, it seems like months we've been talking about Ugarte. It seems like that way. It seems like years for me. I've been talking about Ugarte from a long time ago. Of course, I've been around the world talking about Ugarte this last couple of months. It's nearly done. It's nearly done. Here We Go's gonna come. Here We Go's gonna come. But I'm 80% sure now it's going to happen. When it happens, it's all up in the air. How long is a piece of string at the end of the day? But it looks like it is all agreed and it looks like it could happen anytime soon, guys. So just be positive and be cautious optimism, as I say all the time. Practice cautious optimism, of course, and that's what's important at the end of the day. Shamsuddin, how you doing, Shamsuddin Ismail? Good morning to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the stream. Ugarte, is Man United loaning or buying him, and how much is the loan deal? At the moment, it's all up in the air. At the moment, Shamsuddin, nothing has been said in the media. No one has said a thing in regards to the amount of money that we're going to pay PSG initially, although it is going to be a small fee. It's not going to be a substantial fee. It's going to be a small fee. So at the end of the day, it could be 10%, it could be 5%, something along that line. You know, like taking out a car on credit or getting a loan out in the bank, something like that. Do you know what I mean? But it will long-term be more expensive. But Man United will get Ugarte through the door with an obligation to buy. Now, it's very important to remember that an obligation to buy means that you're obligated to buy this player. That means that he is your player. It's not a loan that you could just say, it's not working out, goodbye. It's not like an Amrabat type of thing. It is like, if you don't like him, it's tough luck. You have to pay the money anyway. You're contracted to do so. Vinny Jr. is 1 billion. Mate, that's a bit overpriced, I think. I think a little bit for a few pennies. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Buongiorno, the post. How you doing? Buenas sera is evening, by the way. But it's not evening here, it's afternoon. Or you could say buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches in Spanish, if you like. Yes. Lies around me. Did you know how much money did the Saudi club offer to Vinny Jr.? My goodness me, I can only imagine. They probably offered him the whole of the country, to be honest with you. Jarl, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend, on the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the community. Thank you so much. Sounds like the Scotty to Napoli is not happening. They are getting Amrabat instead. Mate, do you know what? And I said this with very big caution. I said it a couple of times. Don't be surprised if McTominay holds on for dear life, you know, because he's not like pushing a move out of Manchester United. This is the thing. He's not pushing the move out of Manchester United. He's agreed personal terms with Napoli. Let's not forget. He's agreed personal terms. But if Amrabat went to Napoli, that would be a huge slap in the face, of course, to Manchester United, and the McTominay stays, of course, and we lose the money for McTominay, of course, which we need at the end of the day. I still think that McTominay will go to Napoli, in my opinion. I still think he will. I think that Manchester United have told McTominay that he is surplus to requirements. So I believe that he will go to Napoli, and we will get a sizable fee for Napoli. But let's not forget, I've spoken to my guys in Napoli. I've got a lot of connections in Napoli. No mafia, but I've got a lot of connections in Napoli. They do need to sell to buy Napoli. Absolutely do need to sell to buy. And that's coming from the horse's mouth. Whatever you say, whatever mouth it's coming from, that's coming from the horse's mouth. Believe it, it's executive at Napoli. I know, trust me. So Napoli need to sell to buy, of course. But they could work out a deal with incentives, etc. But it's going to match up to Manchester United's valuation. But it's going to be a deal that is going to be more installments than straight cash fee, for example. For example, like you get a 20 million with 5 millions in add-ons, and after this certain amount of appearances, you get that much, blah, blah, blah. After this amount of goals, you get that much. After this amount of assists, you get that much. It's something like that along those lines in regards to that. Brian, Bruno is my first player on the team sheet and always available, never injured. Bruno is an absolute legend. I wouldn't sell him for the world, mate. I wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. You know, we criticize, we get upset about players sometimes. You know, they pass the ball, they don't pass the ball, etc. But Bruno is a model professional. He epitomizes what Manchester United is. It's not just about talent. It's about up here. It's about what he is. It's about his influence. It's about the person he is. He's a fantastic guy to have at the club, and we shouldn't be getting rid of assets like that. There are far more important issues than Bruno Fernandes. Believe that. Trust me, he's last on the list. Philip Cosgrove, how you doing, my friend? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. We have to give Rashford this season. He seems to do every second season. His cash comes in. Absolutely, he does do that. He has a bad season, then he has a good season. This season could be his good season. I really hope so, Philip. I really hope he does have a good season. I really do, because we need him this season. We need goals this season. Last season, we didn't have goals, and that was the biggest issue. We need the players like Rashford to step up. They're not going to step up. I'm afraid we're going to have to think about selling them, because at the end of the day, we cannot keep playing these players. We cannot keep crossing our fingers and hope. I hope this is his season. I hope this is his season. We need players who are consistent, who are there every single year, scoring goals every single year, of course. Fan, I watched Ugarte video. I'm very happy. He is class. He's absolutely brilliant, and people don't underestimate him in regards to his skill. He is a very skillful player, People underestimate that around him. He can bring the ball forward. I've seen him on the wing, for heaven's sake. I've seen him do some amazing things, nutmegging players, going past them, etc. People are underestimating this player. You know, he's a brilliant player. Of course, he's also a very aggressive, strong player and a leader, which we need, of course. You can't have too many leaders in the squad. Brian, Ugarte deal is buy it now and pay later. Basically, yeah, buy now, pay later. Obligation to buy it, which means that we have to buy him. It's not a loan as in regards to we can kick him out if he doesn't do well. We have to buy him. It's an obligation, unless there's a break clause in the contract, which obviously PSG are not going to do. They want the cash money, don't they? They want the cash money. Yeah, they are. Joe McTominay is going to Napoli. We hope so. We hope so, Mark. We hope so. We hope so. Nothing is set in stone. No one is a fly on the wall at the moment. The one thing I do know is that I've contacted my connects in Napoli. I'm very connected to Napoli. If you go back on my Facebook and that, you'll see me with ex-Napoli players, Napoli executives, Napoli board of directors. So if you go on my Facebook, you'll see it. In regards to Napoli, they're not a rich club, right? They're a big club, but they're not a rich club. They can afford it, but they're not the type of club to go, here's 30 million, have it. It's incentives. It's going to go to, I believe he's going to go to Napoli, 70% sure. That is my opinion. In regards to McTominay, I think it'll be about 23 million we're going to take from Napoli initially. And then they'll do incentives, of course, which will be obviously installments, of course. But it would have been nice to get the full cash from McTominay so we could just pull it on a player and get a player through the door quickly. That would have been nice at the end of the day. It would have been. Man United, Victor Osimhen and Scott Keelia plus money. Mate, you don't ask for much, fan, do you? You don't ask for much. I am telling you, you are a very, very undemanding, humble guy. Keelia is a £100 million player, my friend. If we're going to get him, we need the cash to do that. We're going to have to sell a Marcus Rashford to get a Keelia through the door. You know, we're going to have to do that, unfortunately, you know, if we're going to get anywhere close to signing that player. In regards to Victor Osimhen, what we have to remember, Irfan, we have Rasmus, we have Xerxes. We cannot harm their development. Osimhen's going to want first team football. I believe in Rasmus and I believe in Xerxes and I believe in Garnacho, of course. So we cannot harm their development. We cannot go against their development. If we bring in an Osimhen, if we bring in a Tony, it's going to harm their development because they're going to want first team football, of course. Lies around me. I just spent sell Rashford players of that ilk. Yeah, their value is high and they should around 20. So now upgrade with the money you get from them. Absolutely lies around me. I absolutely agree with you, though, mate. I agree with you. I think we should get rid of Rashford. I do. The only problem is it's late in the transfer window. Can we get a replacement? You know, and at the end of the day, I thought Rashford should have left last year when the price was higher, when he scored a lot of goals. Before, not last season, but the season before, of course. So I thought we should have sold him then. I felt like there's still an opportunity to sell him, but at the end of the day, it is late in the transfer window. But if we do sell him, we do have a chance to bring in other players in other positions, which would be nice to bring in other players in other positions, of course, bring in a left back if we wanted to, or we can even bring in another midfielder if we wanted to. That would be fantastic if we did. It's just that, certain players, and I'll bring McTominay into this as well, but that feeling you get, around these players, it's like, oh, they're going to be here forever. They're going to be here forever. I get that sort of feeling with Rashford, I just don't. I think his family, he's too family orientated. He's got his family, his brothers, his agent, for example, and he won't leave at the end of the day. And this is the problem. It is down to us as well. It's our fault. We're giving out ridiculous, astronomical wages to these players, which is crazy when you think about it, giving these players so much money with so little achievements. Not at 60 million. John O'Connell, big up yourself. What's that, Rashford? I'll take 60 million, my friend. I would. I would. Liza, yes, Sal, I agree. Bruno is awesome. He's 28. After this contract, he's going to be 32. We are not going to get no money for him. We sell him 100 million. I believe we get that. We upgrade with that money. It's very hard to upgrade a player like Bruno, my friend, lies around me. Of course, there are some members of our fan base who don't rate him. I rate Bruno. I think he's an absolute baller. I think he's the only player who would get in Sir Alex Ferguson's team, and that is me from a fan of 40 years. Right, I believe that in regards to, I wouldn't get rid of Bruno lies around me at the end of the day. I would not. It wouldn't be on my mind. I think about Rashford before that. I think about players, Sancho before that, players of that ilk. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't get rid of Bruno. That's just my opinion, my guy. Of course, it's all about opinion, but I respect you, mate. John O'Connor, how you doing, my mate? Do you think De Ligt will start against Brighton? I hope so we can play high up the pitch. In my regards, I hope that De Ligt does play against Brighton, because when are we going to play him then? We need to integrate these players into the team quickly. I believe he will play. I believe it'll be Ligt and De Ligt, and we need to start working on that partnership quick, which will be great. As you said, it's good because we could push up the team further up the pitch. I would love it if he played against Brighton. It'd be brilliant if he played against Brighton. Be very exciting to see De Ligt and Ligt play together, starting together. Of course, and Mazraoui, because Mazraoui had a fantastic debut, didn't he? I'm excited to see more of Mazraoui as well. Really excited to see what he can do. At the end of the day, fantastic performance against Fulham. Just really would like to see his abilities against a team like Brighton, who are a step above Fulham, of course. So we have to see how he handles the pressure with a Matoma against him, for example. So excited to do that. Anguissa. Anguissa the player, you mean? Mate, you have a different player every single day, fan. Big up yourself. At the end of the day, it's getting to the end of the transfer window, and it is now, 11 days to the end of the transfer window. It's going to be difficult to bring in names we haven't heard of before, but there will be surprise signing. I said it from the beginning. I'm going to die on this hill, guys. Tom Wright, how you doing, my friend? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Ugarte has to be done by the weekend. We are dragging our feet, and Napoli are chasing Amrabat. Mate, do you know what? This is just don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about the Amrabat thing at the end of the day. It's just speculation right now. So Scott McTominay has agreed personal terms with Napoli. That's what you need to know, is that he could be still going to Napoli. I believe 60, 70% sure he'd be going to Napoli. It could go higher. I believe it will happen. McTominay's not going to be playing next season much. So, and Ten Hag wants to get the money from him. And we need the money from him. And we're going to try and push that deal through the door very quickly, hopefully. This Amrabat deal could be a media tactic, throw us off guard. They do that sometimes. Don't forget, the media do like to throw us off guard, trying to and also don't forget, Napoli could be playing, a game on us. Don't forget that. Napoli could be playing a game on us. They could be saying, look, we're gonna buy an Amrabat if you don't accept our offer, kind of thing. These things happen in football. Football is a sinister industry. It's very cutthroat, No, I was talking about paying 60 million for Ugarte next year. No way. Ugarte will be a Man United player this summer, mate. He will be. We're loving to play against Brighton, but he just come to need much minutes and his legs and patience is key. Let's not rush players. It's due to PTSD. We do need to play these players. If we're not going to play them, we're not going to be playing them at the end of the day. We need to start playing these players. He's ready. He's been opening. I watched on METV, had an interview on there. He's ready. So I think we should play him. I think Maguire's going to struggle against Brighton. I just think, Mark, I think he's going to struggle. I do think we need to start playing our best players now. Playing them this, playing them that. It's nothing to do with PTSD, mate. It comes from experience, bruv. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think we should play him. I think he will play. I think he will. I do believe at the end of the day. I believe that if we start playing him and we start matching him up with Ligt and get this partnership going, I'll be very excited. I believe he's capable. He's experienced, mate. He's an experienced player. Keep Bruno, get rid of Rashford. We definitely won't miss Rashford. Massily plays for himself. Bruno plays for United. Absolutely. Malangisa, absolutely good point. And that's the whole thing. Bruno is a team player. He's what you want on your team every day of the week. There's no one who comes close to Bruno in our squad, of course. No one. I know it's insane, isn't it? Well, I'm no one. I don't know who would want wants to pay 60 million for Branthwaite. I certainly don't. But he's a good player. He's a good player. He's a 25 to 40 million pound player. 25 with incentives. He's not proven at the top level. He hasn't played for an elite club. Well, he's played for PSV. Got a lot of experience in regards to that. But he's not a 60, 70 million pound player, mate. No chance at all. Come on, he plays for Everton. You know, they need to calm down. They need to calm down. In my defence, in coming across as I don't like Bruno, this is for the truth. My friends, like, not always keen on Bruno. I've been defending him from day one. I still do, just saying. Mate, it's all about opinions, brother. It's all about opinions. At the end of the day, this is what football is about. It's about opinions, about different opinions. If we all had the same opinion, mate, it'd be boring at the end of the day. The most important thing in regards to Manchester United is that we're on the same boat and we want success for our football club. That is the most important thing. You know, some people don't rate these players. The only thing I disagree with, and I will disagree with this, but every player, even players I don't like, is abuse. Within our fan base, we've had a lot of abuse aimed at Bruno, aimed at Garnacho, aimed at Rasmus, and I don't agree with that. Opinion should be opinion-based, based on a constructive argument. It's always important that your argument is constructive. That is the most important thing at the end of the day, you know. And I would argue with anyone, as a fan of nearly 40 years, you know, I've had different opinions with Man United fans in the ground, on the terraces and in the street. I have. And at the end of the day, we all have a common goal: success. And that's what it's all about, my friend. John O'Connor, PSG are playing a game with the loan. Do not forget, PSG are owned by Qatar. And do not forget this, guys. We're not popular with Qatar right now. We're not popular with this. He reminded me, John O'Connor, good point. We are not popular with Qatar, mate. We're not. Right? We have completely embarrassed them in front of the world, what the Glazers have. Totally showed the disrespect to Qatar. So let's not forget about that. That is a very important point. You know, let's not forget about that. They're not going to make our life easy. And that is why it is like this. Big up, Stephanie. How you doing, Stephanie Griffith? I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is dandy, fine and dandy. Thank you so much. The Breaking Dawners are in the house. The Breaking Dawners are in the house. Big up everyone in the chat. You absolute legends, you. You absolute legends, you. He's been training separately, Mark. He's been training separately. He's all right. He's fit, mate. He's fit. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. You're stressing yourself too much. Blood pressure and all that, Mark. Don't worry, mate. Let's go. De Ligt signing of the transfer window for me. Yeah, I think he is. Absolutely fantastic signing. Strong player. Look, at the end of the day, if he doesn't play at the weekend, I would like to see him get at least 20 minutes this time, half an hour in the game at the end of the day. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. But we have to win the game. At the end of the day, Brighton, we have to win. This is not a pre-season game. We have to win. We can't drop points. This league is ruthless. It's relentless, guys. We can't even drop 3 points right now. We have to set a marker down. I'm very nervous when it comes with Maguire. Very nervous. And Evans. Very nervous when it comes to them. I just believe that if we have De Ligt in our team, it's going to push our team forward. We're going to counter-attack better. It's going to be a lot better than having Maguire, who's, of course, you know, a good player. But I worry. Big up, 79 likes, guys. Let's get to 100 likes, guys. 100 likes. Let's get it. 79 is good. Not enough, though. We need to get to the 3 digits, guys. We need to get to the 3 digits. 3 digits. By the way, one of my videos went to 30,000 today, by the way. The biggest view on my video is 30,000, I believe. So absolutely delighted to that. If you haven't followed my channel for a while, I've got videos from a long time ago. I'm making an intro to my streams and stuff. I've got videos from a long time ago with some big people, and I would appreciate it if you guys look at the videos as well, look at my history, what I've done and stuff like that, and the links and stuff. Very important. I've got over 25 million views across the internet in regards to my music and regards to everything else. So absolutely, please check out my links, and please check out my brother's links, and please check out everything, guys. You're absolute legends. Thank you so much. I've been on the other channels as well, like the Football Terrace. I've been on channels like that as well. So don't forget to check it out. It's very important. It's very insightful. Irfan, what is the news about left back? Nothing at the moment, my guy. Ugarte is the priority at the moment. Getting McTominay out the door is a priority. At the end of the day, we've only got how many pairs of hands? We have to wait until one deal at a time at the moment. And I believe that Ugarte is the next one to come through the door. Hopefully, McTominay will be leaving as well, guys. Hopefully, he'll be leaving as well. Saw you on Mick's channel yesterday, which was great. Thank you, John O'Connell. It's always a pleasure going on Mick's channel. Of course, it is an absolute circus on there, but I absolutely enjoy going in there. He's a great guy. They're both great guys. I was with Mark, of course, as well. They're both great people. Of course, always a pleasure to go on these channels and to talk about football. I'll go on anyone's channel and talk about football. It's a habit. I love football, you know. I love football. Love the old shirt. Thank you so much, John O'Connell. Thank you very much. I've got a lot more. I'm going to be doing a competition later this season. I've got to go back to London soon, and I'm going to pick up all my retro shirts that I bought over the years, since 1989, believe it or not. So I'm going to go and bring all those shirts to where I am now. And I'm going to do a competition for these shirts here, like this one. And I'm going to do a competition with you guys. If I get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the season, I'll be doing a number of giveaways, of course. I've already said that yesterday's show. I'll be doing a number of giveaways. It'll be brilliant. How you doing? Good morning. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. The club won't overpay, so I guess he might come in the final hour of the window. And that's what I said. Deadline day deals. Don't be surprised if Man United get some deadline deals done very soon, of course. Deadline deals are coming. Deadline day deals. It could be. Great price for both players from Bayern. Absolutely. Brilliant price. And who broke it? 50 million for the both of it. Thank you. Guys, I've had arguments on this channel about how long Euro's going to be injured. I said months. Thank you. I told you. Do you know what? I'm more than just an old face. You know, I'm more than just an old face. I keep myself lock and key. I don't like expose anything of what exactly who I am, what I do. Exactly. But you guys, absolute legends. Thank you so much for joining me. Repeat of last season results, 2-0 win. Yes. I think 3-1 though, Stephanie. I do think 3-1. I do believe it's 3-1. As long as it's a 2-goal deficit or 1-goal deficit, who knows, off the backside from a corner, I'd be happy, Steph. I'll be happy. As long as we get the 3 points at the end of the day. Do you use StreamYard, Hayden? Yes, I do, my friend. I do use the old StreamYard. I do. At the end of the day, yeah, it's the one I've become accustomed to, and I've been using it for years, you know. So I've been using that for a long time now. But I'm also using Final Cut Pro to do all my editing coming up soon. I'm going to have much more of a whole channel in regards to graphics, videos, etc. Of course, I'm a video director, so you know, as well, so an editor. So I'm going to bring in a lot more graphics and call-ins, phone-ins, video calls, you know, sounds, graphics, videos, you name it, the whole shebang. Of course, very soon. Thank you, though. When will you be available? When will Luke Shaw be available? So I have no idea, mate. But what I would say, Mawia, is that if Luke Shaw doesn't play at least, I say 80-90% of the games before Christmas, I will think about selling that guy. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these injuries. I'm tired of him, you know, playing for England and then not playing for Man United. And I wouldn't say he's feigning injury. I wouldn't say anything sinister to that, but he's not trying to get back. I just don't think he's trying hard enough to get back like he tries for England, for example. I just believe that. It's sad, though. John O'Connor had the black sharp view cam shirt. The one with the yellow view cam, yeah? The one that we drew 3-3 with Liverpool. Yeah, great shirt. Fantastic shirt. One of my favourites, of course, Ryan Giggs, when he chipped it over, Bruce Grobbelaar made it 3-0. And, yeah, that was a brilliant game. 3-3. If those are not old enough to remember, Man United 3, Liverpool 3. We ended up, I think it was 1994. We ended up drawing, we were 3-0 up, and then we ended up drawing the game 3-3, sadly. Gave away the game. Neil Ruddock scored the last minute header, no, a late header. Mick, Mark, and Jarvis are great. MUC Realist TV. Brian, yeah, they're absolute legends. They are absolute legends. Don't forget to follow them and subscribe to their channel. Of course, it's very, very important that you subscribe and you support the channels and you support the ones that are up and coming, guys. Hans Jasolo, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you on the channel, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Bruno is top 5 best midfielder with the top statistics. Bruno is our heartbeat. You drop him, who's going to supply and create chances? None. Sometimes he did stupid and wasteful, but at the end of the day, everyone makes mistakes. Hanya, Solo, everyone makes mistakes at the end of the day. But Bruno's not the guy to be questioning. He's one of our most important players. At the end of the day, he's not only his footballing ability, he's his influence on the young players. He's the influence on the team. He's his personality. There's a lot of things around Bruno Fernandes that are very important, of course. Very, very important. When is Euro back? It looks like 3 months. I hope he can come back sooner. We got fingers crossed, of course, for Lenny Euro. Of course, it's just we can't catch a break in regards to injuries sometimes. And at the end of the day, he's gone. You know, he's gone for the next few months. Unfortunately, as I said on this channel, first, Bruno and Mount cannot play together. Mount needs to go to the bench. I believe so. I mean, some people rate Mount. I hope Mount has a big season for Mason Mount. The most important thing is that we support him, and if he plays, we support him, and we hope he does well, of course. We hope that Mason Mount can get through the door and do well, of course, guys. It's very, very important that we support our players. Regardless of what we think about them, we have to support them when they're on the pitch, and Mason Mount is one of them. I hope that he can shine this season. Myself, and I'm being totally honest with you, he's not a football game today. I don't rate him as highly as people rate him. I don't think he's that as good as people think he is. I think he's a good player, but when you're thinking about a player like Bruno and you're thinking about these type of players, he's nowhere near that level. And I don't think we should be going for players who are nowhere near Bruno's level. We should be going Bruno above, in my opinion. Irfan, Luke Shaw have told to me, go a long time, I'm sick, I need a new left back. We all do, my friend Irfan. We all need a left back. Of course, I'm a big fan of Kadioglu. There's no secret about that. I actually went to Turkey to find out about Kadioglu. And over there, they were pretty adamant that he could be signing for Manchester United. They said he'd be a Manchester United player next season. We'll have to wait and see how true that is. But at the end of the day, I rate him very highly. Look, at the end of the day, it's all about a money game right now, and we have to make sure that we get the players that probably prioritize players that we need at the moment in the team. Kadioglu is one. We cannot rely on a young player like Harry Mas 60 games a season, of course. It's unrealistic to expect a player to play 50, 60 games a season. It's unrealistic to expect Luke Shaw to play 10 games a season at the end of the day. This is why we need a Kadioglu, of course, guys. Great game. Yeah, the 3-3 was a fantastic game. Of course, brilliant game. I just want to say one thing. RIP to Peter Knight, friend of mine at school, died in a car accident. And I just want to say this, right? You know, we're here for a short time. And at the end of the day, it's important that we show respect to each other. I didn't know that Peter Knight died. He's a Liverpool fan, by the way, you know, but I didn't know he died. He died a couple of years ago, and I only found out yesterday. So at the end of the day, I just want to say RIP to him. He was my classmate and big football fan. And I watched that game with Peter Knight, and it just reminded me of that 3-3 draw. And I just want to say RIP and respect each other, guys. Respect each other. Much love. 4-1 Saturday win. Let's hear some of them talk about Heisenberg. Big up, Mark. I say that we win. 3 points is all that matters on there. I don't know why some people are being negative. Of course, we keep Bruno. at 10, not a false 9. Yeah, I agree. It depends who the game is against. If it depends what the match is against. Is that 1-1 against Brighton, John Marmin? Oh, we're gonna get the sniper bin. Are we gonna get the sniper bin? Because at the end of the day, 1-1. Oh, don't say that, mate. Don't say that. It's gonna be 3-1 or 4-1, as Mark said. 4-1. I say 3-1. 89 likes, 11 more to 100, guys. What you on about? Come on, guys. Let's get to the 100 likes. Let's get to the 100 likes. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Han Solo, give this channel a like, guys. One of the honest fan channels with no agenda. True Reds like me since 1980. Big up the vintage Reds, guys. Big up the vintage Reds. Big yourself up. You're longer than me if you've been supporting them since 1980. Absolutely unbelievable. We are the real channels, guys. There are real channels. There's some people who create channels just to make money. We're here to talk about Man United and talk about the truth and talk about real Manchester United opinion. Of course, that's what it's all about. And we love the club. The club we love. My 11, Man United, Ahmed, Garnacho, Xerxes, Mainu, Ugarte, Bruno Martinez, Maurizio, De Ligt, Dalot, and Anana. I can't argue that, Irfan. I like the team. Not bad, Irfan. I like the team. Brilliant team. Don't forget, send me your team, whatever you think the team is going to be. Don't forget to send it to me. I'm happy to have a look. It's very interesting. Let's just say this. Saturday's very interesting what Ten Hag does. That's the beauty of football. It's very interesting what Ten Hag does. It's very important what Ten Hag does at the end of the day. And Saturday, we're going to have to wait and see what he does. But he's got a lot of choices to make. Big choices, of course. Massive choices. John, Brighton is at home and we are firing in the offensive. So, yes, 1-1. Realistic. Mate. Realistic is a narrative, John. Realistic is a narrative of yours. Realistic. What is realism at the end of the day? Realism, Man United won 2-0 there last season. You know, that's realism. You know, and Man United are Man United. That's realism. Brighton are Brighton. I remember when Brighton were in Division 2. I actually went to a game when Brighton were in the 3rd division. Can you believe that? Brighton are a good team. They played Everton at Everton's wrong time. Everton went down to 10 men. They've got a lot of problems going on. Don't be surprised if Everton are fighting for relegation this season. Brighton, Man United. It's your opinion. 1-1 is your opinion. 3-1 is my opinion. Let's see. Joel, man, bro, you really do it like that. Exactly, he's giving me blood pressure, Joel. You're giving me the blood pressure. I'm not going to see. 1-1, we can't do that. We have to win the game. I don't care how we win the game, by hook or by crook. I don't care how we win the game, as long as we win the game. That's all I want to do is win this game, guys. United under 21 come back from 2-0 to 3-2 against Burnley. Yes, absolutely. Don't forget to check out Mark's channel. I've checked it out. By the way, I checked it out this morning. I was a bit late. Obviously, I live in the UAE, right? So everything is like 3 hours ahead here, and it's very late at night. So that's why I'm up in the morning, breaking dawning with you guys. So at the end of the day, we did well last night. We got a very, very good conveyor belt of young players. Fletcher is shining, of course. Fletcher's one of the next ones through on the conveyor belt of young players coming through, guys. Absolutely very excited for Fletcher. Very excited for Shea Lacey as well, of course. So we have to support the youth. Man United, youth, courage, success. Don't forget, youth, courage, success, guys. What's the latest update? Andrew, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing very well. Lots of news in regards to Manchester United, of course. Ugarte with an obligation to buy. We're waiting for the here we go. We have to be patient in regards to that. It can happen at any time. At the end of the day, there's lots of silence right now. Everyone's digging their heels in the ground. Could end up being deadline day. You never know. We hope not. We hope it's this week. But yes, McTominay around 60% chance of him leaving. And rumours are that Napoli are going after Amrabat instead. And don't believe everything you hear. It could be a tactic in regards to that. What else other news have I got under my belt? Barcelona are rumoured to be interested in Marcus Rashford around 60 million, of course, I believe. 60 million. Would you sell Marcus Rashford to 60 million? Let me know in the chat. Would you sell him for 60 million? That is tempting. That's tempting. 60 million. Hayden, Brighton play high line will be exposed by Rashford, Ahmed and Xerxes. That is exactly my point. We seem to thrive against teams who play the high line. We seem to thrive against teams. It's the low block we struggled with. It's the low block. guys. We struggle with the low block, unfortunately. We do struggle a lot with that. No, I need Man United to win. We will win, our fan. Don't worry. Keep the positivity, my guy. We're going to win the game. We're going to be on this stream and we're going to be celebrating 2 wins out of 2. And we bring on the next game. We're leading up to that Liverpool game, but a game at a time. We have to go on this run. We have to go on a run, guys. We do have to go on a run. So a game at a time. I'm very excited. We beat Brighton. It's one of our most difficult games in the opening 5 games. So if we beat Brighton, then we can go on from there. Beat Southampton, beat Liverpool. Let's do it. Stephanie, another clean sheet victory before we play the Scousers. And do you know what? That Liverpool game is so important. Of course, if we go on to beat Liverpool, what a season! What a start to the season that would be. Who would argue with us that we're not going to challenge for the league? That we're going to challenge for the league? Who would argue that point if we beat Liverpool and we win our opening games? Who's going to argue with us? You can't. You cannot. You cannot argue with us. I know I'm argumentative, but you can't argue with us. Man United win 2-0. Take it. Absolutely. 93 likes. Big up. 7 to 100. 7 to 100, guys. What you doing, guys? What you doing? Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash a like. Don't forget 5,000 subscribers by the end of the season. If I do get that, there is Common Pence in the chat. He's going to get a Man United jersey. And I'll be doing other competitions as well. Yes, lots of things coming. I need 2 goals from Ahmed. Ahmed, big up. He's got a big season this season. Big season. It's, as Ten Hag says, Ted says, Ahmed, it's his season this season. No hiding. He's got to do the business now. Yes, Tyler is in the real deal. Jack has got a knack as well. Not got the twice the talent of Fletcher Lowe. Absolutely, mate. We have got very exciting youth players there, and we have to remember that at the end of the day. We've got some brilliant players there. Murray as well on the left back. Of course, I'm a big fan of Harry Amas, Odinei, of course, Shea Lacey, Fletcher, Wheatley. These players are brilliant players, and I'm very excited to see all of them, eventually making their debut. We haven't done it much recently in the last few years, but it's starting to get more under Ten Hag. That's why I like Ten Hag in regards to that. I do. He believes it. He understands our philosophy, Ten Hag, and that's what I like. John O'Connell, will we get a new number 2 goalkeeper? It's definitely not Mamadashvili because he wants about 30 million. If we did get Mamadashvili, I would like it because it will upset the Scousers, wouldn't it? At the end of the day. No, I don't think we're going to get another goalkeeper. We've got Tom Heaton, of course, and we've got Bayendir, so I don't think we're going to get another goalkeeper. Even though media do like to link us to other goalkeepers. I think we'll take 60 million run in regards to Rashford. Absolutely, I would too. I think it's bygones be bygones. Let it go. Let him move on now and let him go to another club. I would do that myself in regards to that. Would you swap Rashford for Garnacho, Ramos up front, Gonzalo Ramos up front? No, Rashford. Yes, I would. Yeah, yes, I would. Gonzalo Ramos. Yes, I would swap him. I would take, obviously, Rashford, I just feel like it's too many problems in regards to Rashford now. I just do that. I don't dislike the player. I just feel like sometimes players need to move on. I just feel like it's becoming stale at Manchester United. It's just becoming a little bit stale. And I feel like we have to move on. Depansu, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Rashford is so overrated. The guy has no consistency. I'll take 50 million. Do you know what? The difference between a good player and a world-class player, do you know what the difference is? Consistency. A world-class player will never drop below an 8 out of 10 in a game. It will never drop it. Lowest a world-class player will go is 70 million. 7 out of 10, sorry, not 70 million. Goodness me. We will be unbeaten going into the international break. Yes, guy. Bang, bang, Hayden. Absolutely. We're going to be unbeaten going into the international break. I hope so, mate. I hope so. If we do that, I've said I'm going to die on this hill. I said it weeks ago. Other people have said it. I feel like we can challenge for this league. If it all goes it all goes well for us. If it all goes good and it all goes fine and dandy, I think we can challenge for this league. Absolutely. I don't see there's anyone. Let's get 100 likes. Come on, guys. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. God bless you, my friend. Don't forget, Mark is near to 1,000 subscribers, guys. This is just the beginning, though. This is just the beginning. We're aiming for the top. We're getting to the top, guys. The family's getting to the top. This is just the beginning. Don't forget to support the channel. Since when United were for a goalkeeper? They're only in for a goalkeeper when I like to upset the Scousers and put Mamardashvili as my thumbnail because I like to upset them. Mamardashvili is going to be 30 million. I'll rate the player, but we're not in for a goalkeeper at the moment. Although Onana has a big season this season. Onana needs to stop these mistakes. He does. I'm sorry. He does need to stop these mistakes. Absolutely. Ahmad is good for a penalty searching. Yeah, absolutely. We need Ahmad. Is a very dangerous player. A big season for him again. It is just Brighton. I'm interested to see how they do against Brighton. The youngsters seem to love Ten Hag, which is great to see. Exactly, and this is the whole point we're making last season. Last season, people were criticising Ten Hag. Ten Hag's the only manager in the last, since Sir Alex Ferguson, who understands our DNA. He understands about who we are, our youth, courage, success, our slogan. It is our club. And people are just dismissing this, you know. At the end of the day, he's the reason for Garnacho. He's the reason for Kobe Mainoo. He's brought through weekly players. He's brought through Kampala. Unfortunately, Kampala left. But, you know, he's going to bring through more players. He's going to bring through more youngsters. Colin Ayre is another one. You know, we have to show respect to Ten Hag. I absolutely rate the guy. And I felt sorry for him last season. 99 likes. Oh, my God. One more like to go, guys. One more like. One more road to cross. One more road to... Gotta do the DMX, sorry. Yeah, Mark, no to Gonzalo Ramos. When he would play, remember we had 2 strikers to develop. We are there to play. Absolutely, that is a fair point, right? It's very easy to forget, right, that we do have Rasmus and we do have Xerxes. Rasmus is a very good player. Let's not forget he was top scorer in the Champions League last season for a period of time. Let's not forget that. Let's not get clouded by inconsistencies. Young players will always be inconsistency. If I've learned anything about watching Man United over the years, is that young players will always be inconsistent. That's it. Even the great Cristiano Ronaldo was when he first signed for Manchester United. Big up yourself, Abdullah. Good to see you. Big up yourself and big up everyone in the chat. You absolute legends. True Reds in the chat. True Reds, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's get this video to 1,000 views. John O'Connell, I thought I heard something. In regards to what, my friend? We're 100 likes. We are the United. 100 likes, guys. Absolutely. You guys are absolute legends. I cannot thank you enough. Another video with 100 likes. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate every little bit. Every little bit. I appreciate you guys. Nothing is a given in this world, and you guys are absolute legends. Thank you so much. Big up Mark, big up Abdullah, big up everyone in the chat, big up the family, big up the channels and the subscription on this channel, big up everyone. And don't forget to support. We're all in this together, guys. Is McTominay going to survive the window? If McTominay survives the window, I myself will go out and find a lottery ticket. Even though I can't find a lottery ticket in the Middle East, it's going to be difficult. I will still find one and a scratch card, and I will do it because that will be amazing if he survives it. I think he'll be. Look, he's like what is it? A cockroach in a war. You know, he will survive anything at the end of the day. If he survives this window, for goodness sake, I give up. If he survives this window, McTominay, I give up. I'm sorry, I give up, and that's it. At the end of the day, I still want even Tony. Yeah, Hayden, I know, but doubt we're gonna get even Tony, mate. I doubt it now. At the end of the day, although you know, I've seen stranger things in my life happen, especially with Man United are concerned. Like, subscribe, comment, big up Stephanie. You're an absolute angel. Thank you so much. Absolutely good people in this world. Absolute good people. Mac, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Why did we sell Maxi Oyedele? I heard he is better than Collier. We sold him for 2 weeks. We haven't sold him yet, mate. We haven't sold him yet. Rumour is that Liga Warsaw were after this player. We haven't sold him yet. I would not sell him. I think he's a baller. Of course, there will be a sell-on clause. But if we did sell him, if we do, I don't agree with that sell. I really don't, because we're not stacked in midfield. I feel like we should give this guy a chance. He's one of our better players in the pre-season, of course, and I feel like we should give him more of an opportunity. Now, there is rumours that he could be going to Liga Warsaw. I think it would be a bad move for him. I think he can get game time next season. There is the League Cup, there is the FA Cup, there is the Europa League as well, of course. Let's not forget that. We have got a lot of young players that need an opportunity. As I always repeat in regards to a quote from Sir Alex Ferguson, if we don't give the young players a chance, they stagnate and they drift off. And young players will never let you down. And I believe that Oyedele didn't let us down during the pre-season. I would love to have him in the team at the end of the day, and in the squad, on the bench at least, you know, and bringing him through. We've got to stop making a habit of selling our young players, you know, we really do. Hayden, we should be pushing for Tony. If we get him, I expect second place. We'll have to wait and see, Hayden. Hayden, at the end of the day, he's going to cost a lot of money. And is it justified that he's going to cost that much money? Is he worth that much money at the end of the day? He's coming from Brentford, let's not forget, at the end of the day. And one thing I would say to you, Hayden, right? He's a very, very big personality. He will not accept being on the bench ever. Then what would that do to Rasmus Højlund? What would that do to their development? What that would do to Xerxes, for example? What that would do for their development? That's the only thing I'm concerned about, really, at the end of the day, in regards to that. Of course, you cannot have too many strikers. It's always important, like we had Dwight York, Andy Cole, Teddy Sheringham, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at one point. It is important to have goal scorers, but it's whether these goal scorers would accept being on the bench sometimes and rotating. Because that's, at the end of the day, the one criticism we can give is that we overplay our players. And that is nothing on Ten Hag, because we don't have the squad, we don't have the quality in regards to overplaying players. Like Bruno, we play him every single game. Rashford, we play him every single game. Certain players, we just play every single game when we burn them out to the ground. So we do need a stronger squad, of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, you're absolute legends. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolutely brilliant show. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to smash the like, you absolute diamonds. Big up, Garrett. Garrett, I haven't seen you today. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me today. You absolute legends, you lot. You lot, absolute legends. I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Absolutely appreciate every single one of you. I've got a lot of work to do today, but I'm back later on for Chatterbox, and I've actually got if anything breaks, sorry, I will be here live to bring you news and stuff in regards to if there is a here we go. Of course, we're expecting a here we go very, very, very soon. Mark, pushing for Tony. Why? 36 goals a full season, 20 penalties, and only 16 outfield goals. And not the same season when Bruno takes our penalties when he turned. Oh, there we go. 400,000 a week. At the end of the day, I would say this, right? I'm not going to criticize stats at the end of the day, because then we can look at stats from Dwight York and Andy Cole and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The one thing I would say, he's not worth the money. That's it. He's a good player, but not worth the money. If I've got a player like even Tony, I'm looking to pay 20, 25 million for a player like that, and not even close to 100 grand a week. This guy wants 400,000 pounds a week. What the hell? What the hell? What's going on? Bloody hell. Is he Cristiano Ronaldo? Cheers, Brian. Absolutely legend. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for joining today. Again, you absolute legends. Hayden, Rasmus is always injured, mate. We overplayed the lads, Tony. But we do that with every player, Hayden, you know. At the end of the day, we do that every. But as we said here, Hayden, it's a game of opinions at the end of the day. I think we won't be looking for a striker this season. No more strikers. We've got Xerxes. I doubt we'll be looking for another attacking player this summer. Although there could be a chink in the armour in regards to Manchester United. There is a surprise in the pecking order. We can have a surprise. We might be. You never know with this club. You never know with football. Football is unpredictable. We signed John Obi Mikel. He held up the shirt, right? And then he ended up playing for Chelsea. That's football. Xerxes can play anywhere across the front line. Absolutely. Xerxes is a creative machine, and he can finish, as he's proven. Can't wait to see him against Brighton if he plays. Can we afford even Tony? Where's that money coming from? Absolutely. We've got much more priority positions to think about right now. Left centre-back, left back, another midfielder, for example. We've got Xerxes up front. I doubt we're going to buy anyone else unless we sell someone. Sign players the position what we need, not what we want. That's exactly right. And I think that's an absolutely perfect way to end the show, Maria. Sign players we need, not what we want. Of course, we have emotional attachments to certain players. Well, some people do. They have emotional players. There's player FC. Some players, people want that. And there's nothing wrong in that. At the end of the day, we have our favourite players, and we believe that these players can improve Man United. And we want what's best for Man United at the end of the day. That's what we want. We want us to challenge for the league. We want us to get back to the promised land. We want us to get back to where we belong. We put the Premier League on the map again, you know. So at the end of the day, we deserve the Premier League. We deserve to challenge for the league, because that we are Manchester United. What we do for the league financially, what we do for the country economically, we're the biggest club in the world, right? We're the biggest club in England. If you took Manchester United out of the Premier League would fold. If you took Man City out, the Premier League would thrive. That's the difference with it, guys. That's the difference. Manchester United need to challenge this year, and this is what sort of opinion is all about. Opinion is all about having a common goal, right? In the end, and the bigger, wider area of opinion is about the same goal. We're all in the same ship to the same destination, which is a successful Manchester United. Of course, we tasted a bit of success under Ten Hag. I'm really hoping that we will taste major success this season. I'm really confident of that, and I think that we have to believe that. Cautious optimism in everything in life. Always have cautious optimism, because obviously smugness and becoming a in the know will get you slapped in the face, of course. It's always important that you practice cautious optimism. Now, I believe Manchester United will challenge this year. I do. I think they will. That's my opinion in regards to the league. I do think Manchester United challenge. I think it's a perfect time to challenge. I think it's a perfect time to catch Man City, to catch Liverpool, to catch Arsenal. Well, we don't need to catch Liverpool. They were behind us last season, but you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, well, yeah, they were ahead of us last season, but we're going to catch them anyway. So at the end of the day, guys, keep the optimism. Thank you so much for joining me, you absolute legends. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash a like. We have to get to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible so I can get the competitions going, because I'm going to do some big competitions, guys. I'll be giving away things. I'll be giving away old memorabilia that I've been purchasing over the last 40 years from Manchester United. Some big things there as well. Champions League final programs, you know, major things. 1999, 2008, you know, etc., etc. I've got a lot of things to give away. Lots of exciting things to come on the channel. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to smash a like. You're absolute legends. I shall see you later for Chatterbox. Take it easy. Peace.